Sergeant 1911 here today, and we're going to talk about today's video, which does happen to be a 1911. Before we get started, I want to make sure to mention Continental Computer, our sponsor. If you're looking for good software to manage your company, click on that link below and give them a call. I also want to say, I do appreciate anybody and everybody that would subscribe to the channel and click like. I would really appreciate it. But let's get on with the real business at hand and look at what we're talking about today. Today we're going to talk about a real 1911, a Nighthawk Custom 1911. You'll notice it comes in this nice little man purse, I'm going to call it. This thing is ready to go to the range for a range bag. I'm going to open it up and we're just going to go through the contents just a little bit. This first thing here, we have a keychain, nice little leather keychain. Spent shell casing, it has been test fired. Velcro patch for my cap. Bottle of lubrication oil. And a plastic barrel of nut. You guys know I prefer metal, but I'll keep a plastic one. Let's open up some more packages. I bet I do not find peppermints and tissue and the things my wife would have in her purse, but I've got better goodies. On this side, we got places for magazines. We got 2 magazines. I've loaded these 2 magazines up because guess what we're going to do? We're going to go outside. Over in this middle compartment is where we have the toy. Baby, this is the Nighthawk 1911, Nighthawk Custom 1911 Trooper model. I'm going to safety check it. We'll look at it. It appears to be safe. And let's just go over this just a little bit. Let's take a look at it and notice a few things. It does not have an ambidextrous safety, which I personally like. It does have skeletonized hammer. It does not have skeletonized trigger. The grip's got a nice coarse, I'm not sure if these are G10 or something similar. It's nice and coarse. It's got a nice bump on that backstrap safety there. It is squared, it is not rounded. One of the things that's really nice on it is checkered front and back here of the pistol grip. So we don't just have a front checkering or a back checkering, we've got both. It's got a nice set of sights on it with one red dot right here, and then just right there is actually a red sight, and then these square ones back here. It does not have a rail. It does only have serrations on the back. There's no serrations on the front. Now, what I've read about at their website is this is the 1911 that Nighthawk Customs have built, and my understanding is, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is correct, this is like their entry-level handgun. This is the level of entry that Nighthawk Custom says, you know what, if you're going to shoot a Nighthawk Custom, which are some of the finest handguns in the world, this is where you have to start. Now, this is not cheap. This is a $2,500 handgun. That's a lot of money to be starting out with a 1911 pistol. You can get 1911 handguns for $325, $350, $375, $750, and anywhere in between that are going to be real similar to this, or at least look similar. But there's going to be those differences, slight differences that a real 1911 is going to really tell you the difference. One of those is, like I said, we've got checkering on the front and back. Not just the front, not just in the back. These guys have done both of them. We've got a slide. I don't know if you guys have ever done it, but if you ever took 2 pieces of ice and rubbed them together, that's slick. That's how slick this is. You do not get a bunch of springs cramming and jerking and grinding. This thing is absolutely slick. And then the trigger. The trigger has just a little bit of take up. I mean, it's got some spring in it, just a little bit. But when you touch that trigger, it's 4 pounds. It's 4 pounds on the money. I've tested it several times. It's exactly 4 pounds. I've yet to shoot this handgun. I thought I'd save this with you today. But a Nighthawk Custom, just handling the pistol, it's going to have to be something really serious for me to be disappointed in this gun. I just love the handgun already. Love the feel of it. It does have that 1911 grip, the angle of the pistol in the hand. It just feels good. It feels natural. I think though, right now, it's time to go outside and see if we can make it go bang, bang, bang. Okay guys, we made it outside this afternoon, and what we're going to do is I'm going to prepare my little man bag here, lay it up on the bench, and take out what we need, our tools. We'll get both magazines out. The handgun out. Now, before we get started, I'm going to take an opportunity and just squirt just a little bit of oil down in there. I don't think it needs it, but this thing is slick, slick. Well, I bet that's plenty of oil. Oh man, that's slick. Okay. Put this back together. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to just load up one magazine and we're going to try to shoot the gong a few times and see what happens. Oh man. That is nice, nice. Let's shoot some more. Really nice. This is as nice as we can get on a sergeant's budget. I'm telling you, slick, nice 4-pound trigger, low recoil, full size. You know what it does have is a 10+1 magazine. You know, is that high capacity? It's better than 7. It's not 16. The recoil on this thing is non-existent. Really nice and manageable. Really nice handgun. Let me go ahead and load it up and take a few more shots. It's definitely an accurate handgun. That or my lucky day. I don't seem to be able to miss much right now at the 25 to 30 yard area. I'm going to load up a few more, and everybody who's seen the channel before knows I've got a convict trying to escape. So I'm going to see if I can hit the convict. Convict's out there about 50 yards. You know, any handgunners out there and no handgunners, 50 yards is a pretty good shot for a handgun. That's a long way. You know, I have personally taken white-tailed deer with a 1911 handgun. It's too far to be shooting at wildlife and to be hunting. You need to get inside that 25-yard range or so. I don't care how good a handgunner you are. We need to make ethical kills when we're hunting. But I'm going to take a few shots at the 50-yard gong. This thing is just a dream to shoot. You know, $2,500 is a lot of money for a handgun, especially someone who's starting out. You know, I'm going to suggest maybe save your pennies and buy one of these. Start at the lower level, buy an inexpensive gun, learn to work on them some. Buy an inexpensive gun, buy a $500 handgun, and add to it yourself. Do a little work, redo your trigger, change the pistol grips out, polish it, shine it, make it work. Or gradually buy and trade up. Go to the gun shows, go to the pawn shops. You know, a lot of people get in trouble at different times and they have to do some things to take care of their personal business, and then somebody may unfortunately have to get rid of a nice handgun. It's an opportunity for those who can get one to do it. If you want to trade 2 for 1, you got 2 lower end 1911s or 2 older handguns or something that just doesn't have sentimental value to you, go ahead and trade it up and see what you can find. Let's go ahead and see if we can't try the gong way out there, or my convict. Let me see if I can get my convict. Oh yeah, he's not getting away. baby. I think the convict there is probably a little on the hurt side. Well, let's go shoot for my convict again. Man, it's like butter. Now slow down. There we go. I believe I might track a little bit right on it sometimes, but there again, we're 50 yards out. Little adjustment, little wind, but the truth is, it's just me. Let's try the big gong a few times. This thing is fine. Now there is one thing that I'm going to say right now that probably does turn my attention a little bit on the negative side about the handgun. And there's nothing negative about the handgun at all. But one thing I have noticed, this magazine with the extension on it, if you can kind of take a good close right there and look at the bottom, you'll see where it just hangs out and there's a little bit of silver hanging there down at the bottom. That, you know, that's just not particularly attractive. It doesn't take away from the handgun. I don't see anybody messing with the handgun, or, you know, that's really not nothing to be talked about. You know, I had a guy tell me one time he was going to med school, do you ever ask a doctor what kind of grades he had in college? Absolutely not. You just want to fix your heart, make sure you're happy and safe. With this gun right here, is it missing anything? Not for me. Could it be better? Not a whole lot. Is it worth $2,500? If you have it to spend, you know, I really like it. I like it a lot. I don't think you could go wrong with buying one. I'd like to think that they could be a little bit more affordable for a lot of people. Unfortunately, they're not. But you know, my grandfather told me one long time ago, if you buy a nickel, you pay a nickel for something, you're going to get a nickel's worth. And I think that's a good example right here. We pay good money and we're going to get a good pistol. You know, at the end of the day, go buy one, get out, participate in your Second Amendment rights, shoot safely, enjoy it, have a big time, and as always, hooah.